Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for January 10th through the 16th. This is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now, you may stumble upon this video outside of the dates I mentioned. Don't you worry, you found it right when you were meant to, when it was time for you to hear the messages. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the Sagittarius collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take the ones that do, leave the ones that don't, and let's see what messages are coming in for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I feel like we need one more good shuffle here. All right, my dears, let's get right on into it. The first card coming up here is the Hanged Man. Now, a lot of people don't like to see the Hanged Man, because of the fact that they feel like there's not a whole lot going on. They see it as like a limbo card or a card of nothing changing. However, a couple of things people forget about this very important card. First and foremost, it's a major arcana card. The major arcana cards always come up when we're coming into a new chapter of our life, and the experiences that we're having, the situations that we're dealing with are directly connected to things we came here to achieve, to master, to learn, to overcome. So it's an important time. It's an important moment when we have the major arcana cards come up. And the Hanged Man is a card that tells us that we're being given a little bit of a timeout, a cosmic timeout, not because we've been naughty, but because we are being given time to see the big picture and to see the situation from a different angle, because there's something about the situation that we've been missing. There's something we haven't been seeing, something we haven't noticed that Spirit is trying to help us to see, right? The obvious next question is, what is it? What am I not seeing? Well, in your instance, Sagittarius, I feel like the answer is in the very thing that the Hanged Man also means, the other thing the Hanged Man means. Other thing that the Hanged Man means is we may be making some unnecessary sacrifices. We may be giving up certain things that we don't have to give up, and we're just giving it up out of a limited thinking, out of false beliefs, or we're making sacrifices for people in situations that really don't deserve it, or that are making us feel like we have to, but we don't have to. So I feel that the thing that you're not seeing is there are some certain things that you're telling yourself that they simply are not possible right now, or that you can't have them, or that they need to be sacrificed in some way. And Spirit is saying, no, that's not the case. You don't have to make unnecessary sacrifices, or you're thinking something is impossible, but it's not impossible. There's actually a way, and Spirit is working with you to help you to see the way, to help you to see the solution and to come out of that limited thinking. Sagittarius, you have had some very powerful readings in the last several weeks. It's very clear in the weekly forecasts that Sagittarius is going through massive growth, massive changes, massive spiritual evolution. Your reading for 2022 also was very powerful. When I did the 12-month forecast for all the signs, the Sagittarius reading was powerful. So I feel like you guys are going through these big shifts and these big growths. And so I feel there's like this mental illumination that's happening for you, where you're seeing a lot of solutions. I almost feel the Ace of Swords vibe with this Hanged Man, because the Ace of Swords for me comes up when your crown chakra is clearing. You're seeing through the false beliefs. You're seeing through the limited thinking. And I'm getting that vibe here with this Hanged Man card, Sagittarius. So I feel like you're having a lot of epiphanies. You're having a lot of revelations. You're having a lot of like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that moments? Or at least you're about to start having those moments. The next card that's coming up here for you guys is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? Now, some of you maybe are making sacrifices to what you want to do because maybe you're thinking that you can't make money in the career that you would want or that you want to do. You know, maybe this was put in your head from the time you were a kid. I remember I was not a kid. I was 19 years old and all I wanted to do was teach preschool. And I was talking to a lady from my church, out of all people. You wouldn't think someone from church would say this, but I said that I wanted to be a preschool teacher and that I was going to school for child development. And she goes, "Oh, that's nice if you want to be poor for the rest of your life." And I was like, what? Like, what a terrible thing to say. What an absolutely positively terrible thing to say. But yeah, you might have had that kind of comments made to you. Maybe you wanted to do something else and your parents were like, well, you know, if you go into that line of work, you're not going to be able to have a family. You're not going to be able to have a house. You're not going to be able to be successful. You should go be a lawyer, you should go be a doctor, you should go be a scientist, you know, like they might be putting pressure on you that you have to do these things. But let's face it, there are even doctors or lawyers or scientists out there who are struggling or who aren't making a lot of money. I came across a lawyer not that long ago that was bartending at night to try to pay for law school and be able to make rent and all of their expenses. And you would think, oh, well, this person's a lawyer, they make a ton of money. Not always the case, right? And that goes on the other hand. There are people that are making a very good living doing something that you might think is not worth that much money, right? And so maybe you're realizing that you want to go in a certain line of work, or you have this interest and you think, oh, well, there's no way I could ever be self-employed doing that. And Spirit is showing you that there's a way, or Spirit is leading you to that way of financial independence. 9 of Pentacles is financial independence, whether it's in terms of a career or self-employment. A lot of the times, I will say, 9 of Pentacles is linked with self-employment. So maybe some of you are finding a way to take your interest and to turn it into a business. Okay, I fell into being a YouTuber and doing tarot quite accidentally. It was not my life plan, not in a million years, but Spirit pushed me. And when Spirit kept pushing me to go on YouTube, my gosh, a lot of people cringed. What? YouTube? What? Like, what are you thinking? Tarot readings? Like, what are you thinking? You know, how are you gonna... That's not a job. That's not any way that you can make money. You're not going to be able to make rent. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a rich person. I'm not wealthy. I have to budget my money, but I am telling you from my own experience, it is possible. That's something you really love doing, something you really enjoy doing, can become a means of work. Okay, it's going to require some time. It's going to require some dedication. But it will happen. Okay, it will happen if it's something that you see as possible. And so I feel like Spirit is trying to help you to see that it was possible. In my case, Spirit just kept pushing me. I didn't have a choice in the matter. I kept getting smacked left and right with tower moments. And I was pushed to do it. And so maybe some of you are starting to realize that, hey, I thought I had bad luck and I thought nothing was working out for me, but these are kind of tower moments and Spirit is pushing me in this direction, right? The very thing I thought I had to give up, or the very thing I thought would be silly or not right for me to pursue, maybe the very answer to my problems, maybe the very door that I've been waiting to open or wanting to open. So some of you are having this revelation where you're like, I'm not cursed. I'm being led. I'm being directed to what is going to make me happy. right? I've been asking for other things, thinking those things are going to make me happy. And Spirit is like, that's not going to make you happy. We're trying to help you. We're trying to direct you to what's making you happy. And you're starting to see that. Now, with the Nine of Pentacles, there's a lot of symbolism in the Rider-Waite deck that always makes me, that I always think of no matter what deck I'm working with. Nine of Pentacles has an element of it that you're coming into your success because you're learning to master your negative thinking, your mental distractions, and your anxiety. So maybe in the past you tried certain things and they didn't work out, but it's because there was that negative thinking, there was that self-criticism, there was that anxiety, but you're learning to master, mind over matter. You're learning to master your thoughts, and so this time it's leading you to success. You're able to focus on what needs to be done, and you're succeeding. Okay? And so a lot of you are manifesting a path to financial independence, whether it's being self-employed or getting to the point in your work where you don't need anybody, financially. You're not stuck in a living situation for financial reasons, or you're not feeling panicked about finding a marriage mate because you feel like, well, I can't do it alone. I need a partner. I don't want a roommate. So I might as well find somebody that I love and we can work together and we can help each other. You're getting to the point where the financial aspect is not going to be a motivation for you, or it's not going to be a factor to take into consideration because you're manifesting this financial independence. Okay? Nine of Pentacles can also indicate a lot of you are coming into a time of being respected. Like people talking about you, but talking about you in a positive way. You may be making a name for yourself in your community, or in your certain organizations that you're involved with, or even in your field, in your chosen career. You may be making a name for yourself in that field. The next card that's coming up here for you, Sagittarius, is the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is really interesting because this card goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about when I was saying mastering that negative self-talk, mastering that anxiety, and then that's going to be the key to your success. The Two of Pentacles just confirmed that for me. Now, the Two of Pentacles can tell us that we're embarking on a journey. We're coming into a time where we're going to be very busy. The work that we're doing is challenging us. It's not exactly a cakewalk. It's not exactly, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, it's challenging us to think. It's challenging us to focus. It's challenging us to get organized. It's not an easy task. We're really having to put some work into this. Mental work, physical work. We're having to concentrate. And so in that aspect, the Two of Pentacles tells us to try to focus on the aspects of the work that we enjoy, to be in the present moment. Be in the present moment, be in your present mind, focus on the aspects that you enjoy, and take it one bit at a time, one piece at a time, moment by moment. Don't get overwhelmed thinking about all the other things that need to be done or all the steps you're going to have to take in the process. Focus on each step as you're in that step. The second thing the Second of Pentacles tells us, this is a card that can come up sometimes when we're feeling embarrassed. We're feeling silly, right? Like she's like, who is watching me right now? They probably think I look like a weirdo. I'm not doing a good job juggling these pentacles here. They're probably criticizing me. They're probably thinking what I have on is stupid. They're probably thinking my hair is weird. Like all these different things. Like the Two of Pentacles is we start to get stuck inside our head and we have a hard time focusing and concentrating because we feel like other people are looking at us like we don't deserve to be there. we're not the right person for the job, or we're not as educated, or we're not as successful, or we're not as smart, or we're not as attractive, or we're not dressed as nicely. And we start to feel like we're being judged, and we start to think that people don't like us and think we're not doing good work. And then our performance really begins to suffer, because we're so caught up with the thoughts of what other people are thinking about us. And Two of Pentacles is saying, come out of that thinking. Come back to the present moment. You're not a mind reader. You don't know what people are thinking. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Because you're here and you have this opportunity because Spirit said you deserve to have this opportunity. Because your angels and God and universe say that you are worthy of it. Everybody else doesn't matter. None of them matter. I don't care if somebody comes to your face and flat out tells you that they don't like you and they don't think you should be there. It doesn't matter. They're not in charge. They don't rule the universe. What you need to do is focus on the task at hand. Focus on the aspects that you enjoy. Focus on it one step at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself, stressing out about, oh, but then I got to do this and then I got to do that. Just focus on each step as you're taking that step. And before you know it, you're going to really master it. You're going to enjoy it, and it's going to become easy for you. You're not going to feel as challenged. And then you're going to say, oh, well, now I want to feel challenged. Bring on the next challenge. Bring on the next opportunity for growth. Some of you are juggling several things right now, and you're feeling discouraged. You may be finishing up classes for a career change or certification while you're working, while you're being a parent, while you're having other responsibilities. Some of you are working a job and trying to get a business going, right? This can be exhausting. But Spirit says focus on each task, focus on each moment, and try to focus on what you enjoy in those moments. And it won't be so bad. It won't be so overwhelming. The next card that's coming up here for you is the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups always makes me very happy when I see it for people. Overall, in general, it's a very happy card. Okay? Traditionally speaking, it can mean peaceful resolution after a time of conflict. It can be soulmate love, emotional contentment, overflowing of creativity, a happy new home, which I do feel a lot of you are coming into this financial independence that's allowing you to do that, to carve out your space and to live the way that you want to live and decorate the way that you want to decorate and do what you want to do. There is definitely a sense of new home. But I will also say this. The reason why Ace of Cups makes me so happy when I see it come up for people. Over time, one of the things I've realized is in my readings, Spirit brings up Ace of Cups when you're having a really significant karmic shift. What do I mean by this? So what I mean by this is that with a lot of times, situations, we have the same thing that happens to us again and again and again. No matter what we do, right? No matter how many times we break up with a toxic relationship, we're like, this one's going to be different. I mean, it's the same old situation, just a different person, right? It's the same person, but with a different face and a different body, but it's the same exact situation. Or we have the same kind of terrible employer, the same kind of toxic coworkers. And no matter how many times we change jobs, we find ourselves in the same situation. We've all been there. God knows I've been there. Where no matter what we do time and time again, it's the same crap. Same crap, different day. Ace of Cups comes up when we're having the epiphany. We had the revelation, which I just talked about, having those revelations, having those epiphanies, when you begin to understand why it's happening. Oh my gosh, Here are the signs. Here are the red flags. Here are all of the common factors that all of these situations or all of these people had from the very beginning, and I just missed it. But now I know what it is. Now I know how to spot it. Now I know how to spot it, and life is too short. I am sick of being unhappy. I am sick of being miserable. I refuse to give these people or situations another second of my time. I want to be happy. And the next time I see this coming, I'm going to spot it from a mile away, and I'm going to go in the other direction. I'm not doing this anymore. Universe says awesome, wonderful, amazing. Sagittarius is awake now. Sagittarius no longer needs these negative experiences to wake them up. Now that Sagittarius is awake and doesn't need to be poked all the time, now Sagittarius is awake and is ready to learn through support, success, joy, laughter, love, all the happy things. So it's like you get to go from being in the class with the mean teacher to being in the class with the fun teacher. The teacher that all the kids want to be in that class because that teacher makes learning fun. So now you're coming into a time that you're going to learn your karmic lessons in ways that feel good. In ways that you see what you're capable of doing. You see how much you're able to succeed. How much you're able to receive. And so it's very happy and very positive in this way. It's a very positive shift that you're coming into. I'm always very happy when I see Ace of Cups coming up for people. Now, my dears and my darlings, you may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those might resonate more for you than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love and romance readings for January are linked in the description of the video. And the 2022 12-month forecasts are also linked in the video. So be sure to check those out if you would like. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, I'm always happy to do that as well. calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'm wishing you all a happy new year. Take care, my dears.